Hello everybody, good morning and welcome back. Today is officially day 8 of eating for $35 a week from Dollar General, which means that our $5 a day is now $4.38 per day. And I do have somewhat of a vision for today being a bit of a redemption arc for the canned peas, or at least trying to find a way to make them more palatable to my tastes. Several of you mentioned that you also don't like canned peas, but that you prefer frozen peas, and I currently have canned peas, so that's what I have to work with. And I'm going to try to be a little bit creative with them today and try to see if there's any way that I can make them in a way that I enjoy eating them. Now, of course, that is most important as we get into day 8 and day 9, because I am running out of things like vegetables, I'm running out of proteins, and I don't want the last day to just be eating bread and rice and carbs. So I do want to try to find a way to make these work as best as I can. And I think the first thing I'm going to try is to make sort of a pea mash or a pea spread for toast. And then I'll top that with a fried egg. Also, no coffee today. As you can see, I am out of it, but let's try our pea spread with a fried egg. This is genuinely not bad. It does taste like peas. Like, it looks like avocado toast, but it's not avocado toast. It tastes like peas, but it's very palatable and the peas are very mild, and I actually like it better this way than I have in any of the other applications I have used it this week. If you've ever had a can of peas and you didn't know what to do with it because you don't like canned peas, then you could definitely do something like this. So this is also an alternative for like butter on your toast, is this kind of pea mash. It adds some moisture to the toast. The fried egg is a really nice topping on it. I did season it pretty liberally with salt and pepper, which also helps. And this is something I could see myself doing if I had a rogue can of peas and I needed a use for it. This is actually really nice, and it's a good way to incorporate some added protein and vegetables into your breakfast in a less than noticeable way. Ingredients are sparse, but we are still chugging along. I think realistically we'll be able to get through today and tomorrow. So it's lunchtime, and I think I'm going to keep lunch fairly simple. I have a kind of fun idea that I want to try for dinner tonight, but lunch I'm probably just going to do a turkey sandwich with some mac and cheese. Simple lunch, but it should be a delicious one. Can't go wrong with a turkey sandwich and some mac and cheese. I don't always add pepper to my mac and cheese, but I just kind of felt like doing it today just to change things up a little bit. I actually got a little bit too hungry while I was prepping this lunch, so I ended up eating some sour cream and onion chips. A good bit of sour cream and onion chips, and that bag has lasted me so long. That was so many chips in that bag. I feel like I've eaten it every day in multiple different ways. I mean, it's down to the last like crumbs at the bottom of the bag, but it has lasted me, and I definitely ate, you know, you get really hungry and you just start kind of shoveling in chips or something like that. And that was kind of me while I was cooking, and I always do that, and then I ruin my appetite for my actual meal. It is good, but I am full from eating sour cream and onion chips. So I'm probably just gonna have to munch on this while I'm working at my computer or something, and that might mean that I have a bit of a late dinner because I'm probably gonna eat this over the course of the day. We are on to dinner time at the end of day 8, and I did say I had something fun planned for dinner. I don't know if it's gonna work out, but I'm hoping that it is. This is the leftover cheddar broccoli rice bake from yesterday's video. I'm gonna add some tuna and some egg to it, form it into some patties, and fry it up to make sort of a tuna patty or a croquette. I've tried the croquettes or the fritters. I'm not really quite sure what to call them, but they're good. They're just a little dry and they need a sauce. I was hoping to save this last couple of spoonfuls of sour cream for something else, but I think we're gonna attempt to make a sauce. So a little bit of sour cream, a hair of mustard, not much mustard. Maybe some cheese powder. I don't know. We're just making this up as we go. It's not bad. I feel like it could use a little bit more. And just a splash of water to make it more like a sauce. It's not bad. That spicy mustard's quite overpowering, so I tried to keep it relatively minimal. Question is it gonna go with these little tuna croquettes? That's the ultimate question. Pretty sure at this point I have depleted all of this sour cream. I had hoped to save it for one more meal, but it's gonna have to go. I could maybe salvage a little bit. Yeah, actually, I'm gonna save it. I'm gonna save it because I think I can scrape some of that with a spatula. So besides a relatively normal lunch, I think that we can adequately say that we have MacGyvered the rest of the meals today. This is definitely the most unique meal that I have made this entire week. I have no idea how it's gonna be. I can only hope that it is good. It looks pretty good. They look super crispy. I did fry them twice. That is kind of the secret to crispy fried foods. It's honestly not bad. The tuna patties themselves, that was ranch flavored tuna that I put in them. So they don't have a very strong tuna flavor. You do get that kind of ranch flavor coming through. And overall, I do think I should have cooked up another batch of rice to add some fresh rice to it, because they were a little too wet going in the oil, which caused the oil to pop quite a lot. So I should have potentially cooked up some more rice to dry out the patties a little bit more, and that would have given me more patties too. I mean, I potentially could have made 2 meals out of this if I had cooked more rice. This little weird dipping sauce that I made with sour cream, mustard, and cheese powder is actually pretty good. I think I would have preferred tartar sauce. I think tartar sauce would have been better considering this is tuna. Some of you might be looking at this and going, oh my God, no way. And that's okay, because this is just about giving ideas and inspiration. And I am on the 8th day of a 7-day budget grocery week. So I'm being creative with what I have available to me, what I have left, and I'm still trying to incorporate sources of vegetables, sources of proteins, even though I have very, very limited inventory of those left, basically. So I definitely wanted to use this up because it was the rest of my broccoli. I still had my packet of tuna to use up. I do think that from a perspective of if I were to do this shopping trip again, I would not have gotten 2 packets of tuna. I would have just gotten 1. How I could have done things differently, I probably would have tried not to get 2 of pretty much anything, with the exception of maybe the ham and bean soup, which I've talked about. So I do think there are some better choices that I personally could have made, but that's a hindsight thing. It's a retrospect, you know. We're making the best decisions that we can at the time that we're shopping at the store. And oftentimes when we go home and we actually start making meals, like we had meals in mind when we were at the store, and then maybe that meal doesn't sound good that night. Maybe you want to try something else. And so that's the perspective of these videos, is not only just showing, you know, what I bought and what I ate, but what worked and what didn't, and what I would do differently, I feel like is even more important and even more powerful than just, here's how I ate for $35 a week. I do realistically think that tomorrow is going to be the last day. So with that, that is where I leave you off for today. And I will see you again tomorrow for the 9th and final day of Budget Grocery Week.